other people feeling and thought, one easy tip is to pay the close attention to their response to the external situation. For example, when I ask you, how are you? How's your day? And you answer me with your down lips and your tone is flat. That means that you are not doing really well. However, if you answer me by positive and positive tone and a smile, I will probably know that you are happy and you are doing well. So you can apply that to many situations. For example, in a relationship, when someone keeps telling you that I love you, you are my best, you are my everything, but they don't do anything to prove that, so don't believe them yet. You have to pay close attention to whatever they do. Yeah, maybe it's helpful for someone, but maybe it makes them overthink and it's not good.
When I was a really young child, my dad would always read Calvin Hobbes to me, and the ones that really appealed to me were the ones where he fights dinosaurs or goes into space and stuff like that. And I didn't really get the ones like this one, or more of the textual-based ones. So then I found that this year, when I've come back and started looking at them, I understand them now on a different level because I've grown and matured and can now, understand them.
When I had to came to United States, I didn't want it. Even when I came here, I didn't like it. It was like everything was going wrong. I was sad. I don't know. I didn't like it. But little by little, I start appreciating what my parents are doing for me. And just thinking about the opportunity, just few Indigenous people have that opportunity. I start appreciating what my parents are doing for me, what they are struggling for me. Not just for me, and for my siblings too. So why you should care? The same thing, I want you to appreciate the education that you're getting here, comparing with Ecuador. This is such a great education that we're getting. And if you already appreciate your education, great.
It could keep there in the mind and hard to change it. Right now, there's a lot of stereotypes. For example, personally, people will look at me at first time and they will think, he's skinny, he looks like a girl, okay, he's gay, something like that. Or I'm sorry, oh, he's fat, he will going to eat 17 burgers. This can't be hurt that people. It is kind of mean and hurting people.
Here, we were doing dish crew after lunch, and I was standing next to this girl, and music was playing on one side, and I was talking to someone over there, and all of a sudden I realized that the girl standing next to me is stiff as a board, and so I'm really bad about it now, but I nudged her asking what she was doing, and she collapsed into my arms. She was having a seizure. We don't know what happened or how it happened, but she was completely out of it. We called the EMS, that
911.
Yeah, that. And then 10 minutes later, she her eyes were open the entire time. She wasn't able to move. She couldn't hear. She couldn't see. No one realized what was happening until she collapsed. And honestly, it was terrifying, because honestly, I couldn't stand the girl. She was actually my roommate. But I couldn't stand her. But you have to be able to understand her actions, as well as how to cope with her. and her disability, I suppose epilepsy, 'cause she had 2 or 3 over that year. And it was scary because I didn't know what to do or how to help her. And although I disliked her, there was this over apparent emotional distress for me because I didn't know what to do or how to help her or how to make her feel better.
Now, but that's a thing that happens in House of Leaves, where what it is it's like 2 completely different perspectives, and they of like events that also kind of sometimes happen differently, and they like intertwine and stuff, and sometimes it's in first person, and sometimes it's in third, and sometimes it's weird. The book's weirdly arranged so that it's like 2 sentences, like on a page, tilted to like produce a specific effect. I think that's really cool. A less extreme version of that is, what was it? Man, I loved these books as a kid. I don't remember what they're called, but they were so good. Oh yeah, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Those do stuff like that too, where it's like it'll talk about like things about like some blank guy's stare, and it'll be like he had a stare as blank as this. Then the rest of the page doesn't have anything.
No, and then there was like when they fell down the elevator.
Yeah.
And like 5 pages were just printed black.
It's awesome.
Oh,
it's so cool.
That's
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like stuff like that, stuff where it's weird, where it's like alternate styles of telling a story.
So why I came up with this topic is because I like talking and writing about him, because everything he does is really amazing. Like, this is nothing. If you see like more his stuff, his patience, and what he's doing, it's really like impressive, and you feel like you also have to do something. And there's also like one quote, like I want to tell you, it says, one stick will not burn, but it makes smoke, which means like one person to make a difference hard. But Rick did it. He made a lot of difference in Ethiopia. He saved like a lot of lives. He changed a lot of people suffering with like without food, without clothes, or he sent the people to school who did not a chance to go to school. For example, myself.
My connection to this topic. This is actually one of the photos I took when I was backpacking on Washington coast. So that's really been my connection to the topic. My family has always traveled to wilderness areas. We backpack at least a couple times a year. So I've always really loved doing that. And as I've gotten older, my connection with nature has kind of gotten stronger and gotten more not just like a childish, I want to go play in the woods, I want to go get dirty and dig in the sand. It's kind of strengthening. And so when I read Into the Wild, I kind of saw, I saw that Chris made some mistakes, but I kind of saw this spirit that he had and this just going out and adventuring and connecting with nature. That really touched me. So that's kind of